Welcome everybody to a very special channel update, ask for help thing. As you all know, there was this vote, the straw poll that I made about should I bring Total War Warhammer to my channel, and I was thinking about it. Should I only bring military history from planet Earth? Like most Total War games, or should I also go into the realm of of fantasy content? And first of all, I thought a lot about it before I offered the vote to you subscribers, and some points in my world was that you all know the mods for medieval Total War 2 that made the game into a Lord of the Ringish kind of world, Third Age, and I guess most of you will also be aware how popular these series are when YouTubers offer them. I know a lot of YouTubers myself, some of my friends that have been doing that a lot with Isengard and dwarves and this and that, and actually in beginning, when I started to watch other people's YouTube videos 2 or 3 years ago, I had been playing for many years, but not really had attention to the YouTube world of Total War games and Let's Plays. But when I started that, I actually very often disliked all these Third Age campaigns. I never watched them. I only watched historic campaigns. But then little by little, I got attention to them, and also found out that they could be very, very cool and interesting with orcs and all that from Tolkien's fantasy universe. So if there's one person to me that more or less created the whole fantasy thing, Middle Earth, etc., then to me it is definitely J.R.R. Tolkien. He's one of my favorite authors, and I have read his books again and again. I think at least 24 times, all of them each. I not Silmarillion. I only did that 4 or 5 times. But apart from that, and I simply love The Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, etc. I do not like the films so much, sorry, but I am really a fan to his books, to his works, and I find them fantastic in a lot of different ways. By the way, they are the favorite books of the Danish Queen. If you do not know it, she also made illustrations for The Lord of the Rings. I own a special kind of print that was made with our Queen's drawings. They are excellent, by the way. Queen Margrethe II. The first was a warrior queen we had back in the Middle Ages, a very cool queen as well as the one we have today. She's very old, but I like her very much. But apart from that, I was thinking about all that Third Age, looking at it, and found out that it was pretty good for Total War. So I know there are quite some haters of bringing the Warhammer franchise into the Total War world, but a lot of people have been enjoying fantasy before Warhammer. It has just been in the shape of, for example, Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings content. So I don't really see the big difference here. Now, CA is bringing a fantasy game themselves instead of modders doing it all the time and being extremely popular from doing these fantasy mods. That's my opinion, and out of that came the decision to ask you, did you want it or not? If you had said that you didn't want it at all, I would have listened to that and said, all right, then I'm not going to bring it. But the votes were like this, that out of, let me see, out of 16 votes in all, 10 voted yes, 2 voted no, and 4 voted do as you like. So that is 62.5% of the votes are yes, 12.5% are no, and finally 25% says do as you like. So that is more or less 14 votes that can be used to as an argument for bringing Warhammer to my channel. With respect to the no sayers, of course, but again, I will remind you that Total War and fantasy, that is nothing new, definitely not, but this is CA bringing it, and to be honest, I like it. I like Warhammer quite a lot. I have been playing it, and I really enjoy it. No matter what people say, I think it is an awesome game, and very beautifully made. It runs easier than Attila for some reason, I don't know. But yeah. So now there's the problem, and here I need help from you. I already tried to record one campaign for you with the Empire, and I lost that campaign. I think I did 10, 12 videos, and it did not work out as I wanted it, and finally I was I conceded defeat because I could see I was simply getting smashed by dwarves and different orcs and I don't know what. But it was a very, very hefty and thrilling campaign, that is that's for sure. Then I started to record another one because this time I wanted to bring something that is not just lost, and also because I felt that I needed some time to play to Warhammer to get into it. I'm not a young man on 15 years, learning everything within 2 hours. I need some time for that. I'm a bit of a slow learner in a new type of game, but I enjoy it a lot, and I want to show something where I can also make a difference and not just lose in the beginning. So I'm going to make some attempts to bring a successful Total War Warhammer campaign to you. Then I recorded 2 episodes from the second Empire campaign, and then because I had these problems in the first, I thought, all right, let me go to some other YouTubers and see what did they do, how did they solve some of the problems in the beginning. And I watched a very famous YouTuber, I'm not going to tell who it is, and I watched another really skilled YouTuber, not so famous, but very skilled. And I could see both these campaigns starting in quite another way than mine did. They are both playing on Legendary, playing Empire, and bringing it to their channels. And here's the problem. If you look here at the public order details, this campaign has just been started. I haven't done anything except from the intro video, etc. And now we are here. The empire has ever been besieged, blah, 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 like it always starts. And then take a look at Aldorf. Here we got Emperor Karl Franz, and the problem here is public order details. Current -32, change per turn -10. Buildings gives 2. Public order difficulty level, of course, -8. I'm playing legendary, and taxes -4, very normal. And in the end, public order is deteriorating. At the current rate, there will be a rebellion in 7 turns. All right. I thought this was normal, and in the campaign I recorded for you, and I have everything recorded. Actually, the public order is starting with -34. This is I just started up a new campaign on Legendary to show you the thing, because other YouTubers playing on Legendary, they start with the current 0 public order. I asked one of them, how come? Do you have mods that reduces the difficulty, or what is happening? As you know, I tend to always play without mods, because playing on Legendary can be problematic with the mod, and if the mod changes, etc., then you more or less lose your campaign, or you risk it. That's my opinion about it. So I just want to bring the game as it is, thought out by the developers. And some might think that is pretty stupid, and others might think that is all right, but that's how I do it. So if somebody could explain me, because I've tried to ask CA through the Total War forums, and nobody could give, nobody answered that post. Yeah, maybe I get an answer one of the days. I don't know, but I asked about this. How come that I, playing on Legendary, has a starting negative public order -32? The -10 is just like everybody else gets, because of buildings difficulty level and taxes, but everybody else is starting with public order 0. And instead of having a rebellion in 7 turns, as I will get, they have, of course, much more time to do a lot of different acts, to getting their first province, to fight a certain quest you get, and all that stuff. So, and in the recorded campaign that I have not brought yet, it actually starts with current -34, so it's even worse. So please, if someone could tell me what is going on with my game. Is my Steam account hacked by somebody that makes fun with me and makes my campaigns harder, or is my Total War Warhammer bugged, or what is it? It cannot be a very known bug, because nobody answers my the on the thing that I posted in the Total War forums. One did, and it was not so smart what he said, so I couldn't use it for anything. But yeah, here we go. So this is the reason why I'm not bringing my campaign yet, because this makes the campaign so extremely hard, having to fight as a turn 2. I am going to have -42 public order already, and I could deal with that perhaps, but I find it a bit unfair that I have to fight a campaign like this, and other YouTubers showing it on Legendary. They can have such a much easier campaign than me. I find that very, very strange, and I want to have an answer on this before I bring any Total War Warhammer content, and maybe if somebody tells me how to correct this, how to fix it, or whatever is wrong, then I will decide if I have to record a new start of this campaign, just simply to make it like everybody else's difficulty. So yeah, here you go. But rest assured, you voted and you wanted Warhammer. I like it, and I'm going to bring it. But I'm not going to bring it under these circumstances. There's definitely something totally wrong, and it's a new game that I just installed and got from a wife, by the way, and thank you very much, my precious wife. You're the best for this gift. It was so great, but I cannot bring it this way. I'm not going to have this totally sick difficulty compared to everybody else. Yeah, so please help out here and tell me what is causing this. Every time I start up an Empire campaign, I will have that big public order penalty compared to other YouTubers. I don't understand it. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the future in a Total War Warhammer campaign. For the ones of you that voted yes, and for the ones that voted no, yeah, I hope you will go and watch some of my other campaigns instead of, and this we cannot always please everybody. That's life as it is. So yeah, see everybody. I'm trying to figure out how to solve this. Bye bye.